What is going on YouTube? This is your boy Liger, one half Enduro, and we are here for another video of LBC. Now, I want to go through oops, give me a second. Sorry, I had to pause that right there because the noise is the noise is what it is. But so I'll have to say first, thank you guys for being. Oops, you know what? I also need to do that too. Give me a second because I need to pop up the chat so I can see it. All right. Now I apologize once again because is what's going to happen, but it is what it is. It's sad, but I am gonna show some stuff, of course. So for some reason, LBC has gotten really, really popular in the last couple of months. And most watch videos have been LBC. The podcasts that I have has been pretty good, but as a video by itself is the LBCs. The WTFs, even when I roll out a bunch of WTFs, people are like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good." The one I did about the big YouTubers, when I first talked about with PewDiePie, Angry Joe, and all of them together, that one's still getting a lot of views. Now, don't get it twisted. My #1 video on the channel still gets about 300 views a day, which is pretty awesome. We just rolled over 11,000. I'm happy that it keeps on going. I think what I'm gonna need to do is just switch the. Boy, there's gonna be so much puns in that thing, but switch the tag, not the tag, the thumbnail, and I think people will jump to it more too. So before it goes out, but what I'm gonna do is do that and then reshare it, and I think people are gonna like it. But with that said, like I said before, LBCs has been coming strong on the channel. So I'm at Terrell83. I'm in my R ring, ready for LBC. Like you need to trademark that phrase. Oh, I gotta. Technically speaking, I've already used it in my radio show, so you know, right? The best if I just technically speaking, kind of did with the way with I trademarked the radio show stuff. No, the LBC. Yeah, of course, that's what I meant. I use it on my radio show for when people do stupid stuff in real life. I call it LBC. I credit it to this to basically the Enduro channel. But man, y'all really do stuff. So on the screen, you're gonna see some stuff we're gonna talk about. But y'all gonna go through, like I said, LBCs. People basically send me these things. I do not go looking for no trouble. I got no time. I don't have the time of the day to go look for these stuff. I don't care. I just don't. Now I thank the subscribers who send me because they want me to do LBCs. I got it. You know, if I was getting paid, I would have to do Patreon. You know, I had to throw in the homage for you guys want more of this content. I don't want to really, but in most cases. But, you know, sometimes I click on the video, sometimes I don't when they send me to the video. Sad, but true. Sad, but true. So, I got this video. Of course, it's in my wheelhouse being that this is Nintendo. Okay. So I have to do my conversation. I want to do my little piece about it, my little conversation about it. So that's what this is all about. And this basically, you guys are gonna go with this is. I said this is a live LBC because you're gonna go through this live with me. And I think I'll show the chat in this one as well too, so y'all can see. You'll be in there to see. People will see y'all. You know, what's your text and everything, what you chat about. Because this is ridiculous. It really is. So, I kept it safe. I want to do like. I don't do exposed videos because I don't. This is not to expose nobody because I don't care for that. I don't like when people be dishonest and misgenerous. I don't want to expose the person because they're gonna do what they're gonna do. These are bigger channels, so they don't care what a small channel like me do. So don't never take an LBC's exposed channel, exposed video. This is basically to show people, hey, what this person just said was idiotic and stupid. Everything's going on, Psychic Cooper. How things going, bro? Like I said, you should be able to see y'all selves on the screen. It might not be the biggest. Let me see. Yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna show this to see the how it comes off. But y'all see someone on the screen. I'm gonna do it now. We're gonna go through a LBC with this video. And I didn't put a name in there for spite, because if I wanted to, I'd get more people to come in. And I didn't put a name in there for spite because I don't want that. That's not the thing. But after this video, that's good to hear, bro. After this video, I am going to put something in the description box. It's about 30 minutes long. But if you watch that, it also shows you why these big YouTubers are full of crap. Really. And it's about the specific person I want to talk about. So, with that said, as basically the title of this video that I put up is "When Young Morons Want to Give You a Nintendo History Lesson." Oh boy! So the person in hand is a big boy who've done stupid stuff in the past, and I know he's not gonna do stupid stuff in the future. And I'm not gonna deny to anybody. I won't be doing LBCs, of course, of this person. I try not to, but again, people send me these videos. I don't go looking for these things. Some, like I said, some I click on, some I don't. But through the finales, we're gonna do Rich Review Tech, talking about how these young guys and whatever. Yeah, you better grab your popcorn, boy, because this is gonna be ridiculous. So let's hear this moron what he said.
Asses are gonna bleed because of this video, and I don't care. Skip it up. So Dragon.
So yeah, ass is gonna. Oh well, here we go. Here we go.
Quest Heroes 2 is coming to the Nintendo Switch. It's already released for the PlayStation 4 in Japan, and what people have been doing is taking leaked images of the Switch version of the game and comparing it to the PlayStation 4 version of the game. And spoiler alert, the PS4 version of the game looks substantially better. I'll show you some screenshots right now. Now, what you're looking at here is the PlayStation.
What you see on the screen right now is basically what he's talking about. I wanted you to show that, and I'll roll it a little bit. I copied the video so I don't have to go through the whole giving him clicks and all that stuff. So he's gonna explain this right now, because I'm gonna explain something quick. Basically, I'm gonna stop and what I need to do like right now and commentate through the video.
4 version. Now, if you look at the portal that she's going to walk through, you see there's particle effects, there's a whole bunch of lighting, reflections, so on and so forth. Now, here is the Nintendo Switch version, and it has virtually none of that. We're seeing no particle effects, very little like lighting effects there, no reflections on the whatever that design is around the portal. So yeah, there's a pretty substantial difference. Now we're seeing another still image of Dragon Quest Heroes 2, and it's kind of showing windows in the same area for the PS4 version and the Switch version. Now the top portion is the PS4 version. Now look around the windows. Notice how they're nice and rounded and smooth and everything like that. Now if you look at the bottom, that's the Nintendo Switch version where you see the dude's face in the center. Notice how around the windows there is a lot of polygons. It has a lower poly count. You could see it right away, and there's not as much lighting. It's substantially different again. Now at this point, I've accepted and I'm okay with the fact that the Switch is not going to be as powerful as its competitors. And yes, its competitors. The PS4 and Xbox One, it's not even going to be as powerful as the base consoles, not the Pro, PS4 Pro, and not the Xbox Project Scorpio. It's going to be definitely nowhere near those consoles, and it's not even going to perform as well as the base PS4 and the Xbox One S. And that's okay. I have a...
Okay, let me stop there for a second. Now, I don't know. Ooh, it has less polygons. It's not rounded. Ooh, it doesn't have no particle effects. When did that freaking affect a game? I don't care if it doesn't do that. Does the game play good? Does it have no frame issues? Then I don't give a damn about no daggone what particle effects. Really? That's what you're doing? And let's get something straight here. The particle, let's get something straight here, Richie boy. The game came out on PlayStation 4 in the US. 2 weeks later, it got released on PC because nobody was buying a game for PlayStation 4. So they released it earlier than usual for the PC. Oh yeah, you don't talk about that because you know nothing about that. You said it was the Japanese version from is the Japanese version of the PlayStation 4. So why did they didn't came back over to America? Because they didn't buy it. Now, because they didn't buy it, that's why they're bringing the game on a Nintendo Switch, because as a 1 and 2 collection, okay, is it the type of graphical powerhouse? No. But we'll see if they sell, because it looked like PlayStation guys didn't give a damn about this game. I don't care. Look, they don't care how graphically good looking it was. They didn't buy it. That's the problem. That's why 2 never came over. They saw what Hyrule Warriors did and said, hell, if you get half of the money, not even half, a quarter of the money that Hyrule Warriors got, they'll be super happy. Because Hyrule Warriors, again, I pointed this millions of times, so I'll point it again. All they wanted was 100,000 sold in America to make profit. That thing went beyond that, being going over platinum, going over 1 million. So you're comparing stuff like this is ridiculous. But you're comparing only graphics. That's all you always compare about. You can't compare the gameplay. You can't compare that part right there always kills me. But I give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's go. So let's let you do your video.
I'm hoping anyway that Nintendo is going to pull through, because I really like what they're doing with the design of the Switch. They're aiming to do what NVIDIA has tried to do with their Shield tablets and their Shield consoles for years, where they're taking a tablet and allowing it to be your home console, and they're letting you transition seamlessly. I think it's awesome. Still wish they made a conventional console, but I like what they're doing with the Switch, and I'm going to give it a chance. I pre-ordered one. I'm looking forward to it. But I've noticed on YouTube, a lot of young guys, substantially younger than me, I could be some of their fathers, okay, trying to tell me about the history of Nintendo. Whenever I complain, or I'm concerned about the power of a Nintendo console, how it could hurt third-party support, and how it could hurt Nintendo as a whole. I get these young know-it-alls who read like 1 or 2 Wikipedia articles and who watch another Nintendo fanboy's video telling me about the history.
Okay, I won't take insult to that, because I'm a Nintendo-centric channel. But why not? Let's keep on going and see what happens next.
Of Nintendo. So to those guys out there doing it, let me ask you a question, okay? How old are you? Like in your early 20s, 21, maybe even a little younger? Okay, cool. So you may have been born around 1996.
Nah, I've been born around. I'm almost the same age as you, and I'm just putting on the screen to show you. Right here, he has his little. Let me not insult the man yet. He has this screen. This is basically just showing you what's happening in the video when he's playing. I'm not, like I said. I'm gonna, you know what? Because I got a volume. so I don't hear that crap back in my ears. So you're seeing it right there. You'll just see the animated.
Were you there? Were you alive and playing the Nintendo Entertainment System when it launched?
Yes.
Oh, you weren't. Well, I was. I was actually 4 or 5 years old when the original NES launched. I actually had the Rob the Robot deluxe package, okay? I had the Rob the Robot set that came with the dumbass robot that you used for the game Gyromite. I had that. Let me ask you another question. Were you alive when the Super Nintendo was launched?
Yes.
Were you there for it? Were you excited to get games like Super Mario World, Final Fight, Super Castlevania 4, Pilot Wings? Were you there for that? Oh, no, you weren't. You weren't even alive yet. Better yet, were you there when the N64 launched? Did you go to Leechmere and go see the N64 demo where they were showing Super Mario 64?
No, I wasn't, because it wasn't in this country.
Excited for the game that it actually got you back into gaming like it did me. Oh, you may have not even have been
back into gaming? That's weird to say that, but okay, whatever.
Sperm cell in your dad's nutsack yet. Okay, so take your little Nintendo history lessons where you're trying to tell me that Nintendo has never been about the specs. Go sit in a corner and shut the fuck up because you don't know what you're talking about. I'm so tired.
Oh, so you tell those guys, because they don't know what they're talking about, shut the hell up. Okay, get around, kids. We're gonna see something very nice right here. Let's see what Mr. Rich is gonna say.
Of these goddamn children who are like half my fucking age or roundabout, trying to tell me what Nintendo has been about or not been about. So I'm going to tell you fucking facts right now, not the inaccurate information you're trying to tell me to prove to you that there was a time that Nintendo was about specs and it actually did work for them. Okay?
Get around, kids. We're gonna see a clusterfuck. Come on, children. Let's get together now and see what this man's gonna be telling us. I might learn something new from this guy. Let's take a look.
Let's go all the way back to the NES. Yes, it was technologically inferior to the Sega Master System, at least in the graphics department. The sound on the Sega Master System sucked compared to the NES, in my opinion. But it was still close enough in hardware.
Oh, my opinion. Okay, I'll let it go.
Capabilities to the Sega Master System so it could compete. And due to Nintendo's harsh policies and they got all the third-party support, the Sega Master System didn't have a chance, but that's a different story. But in terms of specs, it was close enough that it could hold its own, okay? 8-bit generation. Go to the 16-bit generation. Now, yes, the Super Nintendo came out well after the Sega Genesis, but it was a fucking powerhouse, save for the CPU, the main processor, with a small bottleneck for the Super Nintendo, kind of caused slowdown and shit like that. But graphically, the Super Nintendo, compared to the Sega Genesis, had more colors on screen, had better sound, had Mode 7. It was a powerhouse of a system, so much so that it gave Sega small dick syndrome, and they tried to compensate by adding stupid fucking add-ons like the Sega CD and 32X. Okay? Again, Nintendo came out with a powerhouse of a system. Let's go on now to the N64. They worked with Silicon Graphics to make a powerhouse of a system. As a matter of fact, Silicon Graphics, if you go on YouTube, and I'll show the video right now, they were sitting there talking about tech specs, talking about
trilinear mid-map interpolation. For Nintendo Ultra 64, we've embedded it right onto the silicon of the chipset, so all developers can achieve these results.
So you're going to tell me that Nintendo never talked about tech specs? With a video like that, that's on YouTube, I'll have a link below in the description. You can check it out. You're really going to tell me that Nintendo never talked about tech specs. Let's move on to the GameCube. I've talked about this before, but it doesn't sink in people's fucking heads. The GameCube was more powerful than the PlayStation 2 and not as powerful as the Xbox, but again, it was on the same plane. What killed, or it didn't kill it, but what hurt the GameCube it had small fucking DVDs. It had a smaller optical format, which pissed off developers because they didn't have to compress their games or put them across multiple small discs. They didn't want to be bothered. Nintendo didn't want anything to do with online back then, which Sony and especially Microsoft with the original Xbox embraced. That hurt the GameCube. It wasn't because it wasn't powerful. It was because Nintendo, even to this day, they still do it, made dumbass business decisions. It wasn't until the fucking Wii where Nintendo said, oh, you know what? We are marketing dumbasses, so how about we do this instead? Let's just overclock the GameCube, put it in a pretty white box that could stand up vertically, and give 2 motion-controlled dildos along with it, and let's hope that works. And it did. I almost...
Okay. Now, I'm gonna go back to the GameCube thing a while back, but I'll let that slide because I got something to say about that. But so they were marketing to idiots, so they overclocked the GameCube and give you 2 dildos. So and it sold. And it sold well. Okay. It sold well, Rich. It sold well. But let's keep on going with this clusterfuck.
Wish it didn't, because maybe Nintendo would have gotten their heads out of their asses much sooner, but it did. It sold over 100 million. There 100 million Wii's have been sold, and ever since then, Nintendo has been on some other shit and has totally went into a different direction. Nintendo has before competed with tech specs and has talked about tech specs, and just proof alone that you don't need to look up a Wikipedia article or a Nintendo fanboy video. The name 64 is in the Nintendo 64 because they used the fact that it had a 64-bit architecture to market the system. Can you get any more fucking tech spec than that? I know it seems like I'm getting melodramatic and worked up. Rich, it's fucking video games. Calm down. But I'm so tired, whether it be video games, whether it be politics, whether it be religion, whatever the case may be, that people put their hands in their fucking ears and only hear what they want to hear and don't listen to fucking facts. What I told you about the consoles right now, that's not objective.
Okay. Before I even go this, I gotta say this. I do this on my radio show because it gets annoying. I said this to women on my radio show. Please have a male figure in your boy's life, because that stupid clapping shit is from wretched women, from women who I hate that. It's annoying. That's when they do that because they can't make sense. They do that to distract you, and I hate that. Please put a man in your boy's life so he do not act like an illogical rant-raving biatch. And not surprising, this chubby boy bastard is doing it. That's just something I just pick out that I hate. I hate when women do that, and and it's sad. I see a lot of guys who growing up now who have that same mentality. I can't have a conversation with them. If we're gonna have an argument, it gets to the name calling, and it gets to the name calling, and it gets to the whole this stuff right here, whatever. No, I'll admit right here, and I'm gonna falsely say it myself because I'm gonna call him some names because he's gonna say some stuff that's stupid. But let's continue with the video.
That's not subjective. That's fact.
No, it's not.
Fact. The Silicon Graphics video, again, where they're talking about the specs of the Nintendo 64, which Nintendo never talked about, is in the description. It's right there.
Don't need
I'm not making this up. I'm not one of those fucking fanboys who lives in this imaginary world who only hears what I want to fucking hear. I go by facts and history, and history proves that Nintendo was about tech specs, okay?
You're right about that.
Now you're going to say, oh, Rich, but no one ever wants third-party support from Nintendo. They don't care about that. Nintendo used to be the place you went to for third-party support. With the NES and SNES, they started to fuck.
Yeah, that's people went to third parties because what? It was Nintendo. It was Nintendo who saved the industry and got the third parties in line with the seal of quality. That was very important. That we didn't want the crappy games that crashed the market in the 80s. That's what it did. So if your game was crappy, we didn't want it. Don't do the lazy port. Don't do the lazy game. Did he had still games that get there? Yes. And don't forget, he had some black market on cartridges that was on the NES as well too, and Super Nintendo that was messed up. But that's when they had third parties. Now I'm one person, I'm a Nintendo fan who's not against that Sony came along. The deal went bad. Both parties sucked in that deal. No, both parties sucked. Nintendo did Sony wrong, Sony did Nintendo wrong. So they split up. PlayStation was born. Understandable. You got developers from underneath Nintendo's Iron Fist. Have no problem against that because I would never get to play some cool games like Final Fantasy 15. I'm saying not 15, 7, or Final Fantasy 7, or Crash Bandicoot, or Ballerina Toshienden, or Wipeout, or Papa the Rapper, or all the stuff. Good. Share the market, spread it out. That's what I always talk about. That is what I'm talking about. Yes, I can. That's maybe you never catch on when I first came on the channel. Liger and Duo is 2 people, but my sister basically is busy, so she never is Katie and Liger, and I'm Liger, so that's how it works out. So anyway, let's continue this colostomy bag of crap.
It up when with the Nintendo 64 they went to cartridges, so companies like Square Enix couldn't fit their games like Final Fantasy 7 on there. It was Nintendo using cartridges which fucked it up. GameCube again too, because they used the stupid fucking smaller optical medium. Third-party developers stayed away because it was easier to make the fucking games for the PlayStation 2.
Oh yeah, sure,
Xbox.
Sure.
Because they kept on making these dumb decisions. Now that's why people are like, I don't look at Nintendo as a third-party developer. Listen, if Nintendo came out with a system that was just as powerful as a Scorpio, and they didn't make these stupid business decisions in the past, why wouldn't people want to play Doom on a Nintendo console, the new Doom? Why wouldn't they want to play it? Would they just go, oh, it has Nintendo on it, so I don't want to do that? No, it's because Nintendo built, they painted them.
One question. Nothing wrong with Doom, but I guarantee you, how about if Doom used the Wiimote? Or should I say the Switch controllers? That would have been awesome because they're better when it comes to first-person shooter. The nunchuck and remote has been just as superior enough to mouse and keyboard. Dual stick analog cannot match the speed and accuracy of that. And I would love to play Doom with the nunchuck. Well, technically speaking, I can because I bought a peripheral for my PC to play Doom on if I wanted to do that. I bought the game, but if I wanted to, I could have. But let's finish this cluster sucker. I just want to let the video out, and I'm going to basically go back and basically cut some of his bullcrap out.
In a business corner because of their stupid fucking decisions that people don't think of them now as a system to go to for third-party games. They did that because of their stupid fucking reputation for the past like 4 or 5 fucking generations. It's their dumb decisions that did that. It's not that people are like, you know what? I just don't want to play Doom on a Nintendo system. No, what does it matter? What does it matter what system you play it on so long as the system's capable enough to play it? So if you want to come at me and make videos and articles, have at it. Go ahead. That's fine. But if you're going to come at me, know what the fuck you're talking about. Because no offense, especially you young motherfuckers, I have more knowledge about Nintendo in 2 of my ass hairs than you do in your entire head. So sit down in the corner and shut up. Have a good one.
Okay, all right, Mr. Dickhead. Let's get this straight. You just stated, let's go with your contradiction first. Nobody cares as long as the console could play. Didn't you just at the beginning of the video? Did I not hear you give the difference between the particle effects right here and no particle effects on the Switch? I thought you didn't care as long as the game could play. So you contradict yourself in the freaking same video. Not surprising, you dickhead. Second of all, your history is horrible because your history is no better than most other people's history. That's why, thank the Lord, thank the Lord, unlike other people, I've been, my 10 years in gaming has 10 years in the gaming industry and talking to developers, which you said in one of your videos, I don't know what's going on because I'm not a developer. Exactly. Shut the flip up. Seriously, you don't know what you're talking about, Richard. The Super Nintendo, yes, had our third party. As I said before, it broke it out. I have nothing against PlayStation having done what it did. But you know what? I gotta give me a second here because I gotta pull this. I gotta pull this up, and this is basically on my file, so I can't really. I gotta pull this up. But you said it's 6. Let's use it now. The Play 64 was more powerful than PlayStation, and if you use the same thing, if you use those same window graphics you showed before, wait. I might gotta let me just. At least I could show that. I could show that right there when. He was talking about, oh, look at the difference between the windows. On top is the PlayStation circle, and the bottom is the Switch. This was basically what the 64 and the PlayStation 1 was too, you know. But of course, you won't pull that out. See, I ain't got nothing against the young gamers who don't, as you call them, and they don't know certain things. Okay, they're naive. But I know a couple people who are very young and know what they're talking about. They're not idiots like you. They're young as well. Because I know KD. I know my sister is like 20. Is 21. I know Sprite's 23. I know Anderson is 22. They're a younger person, and they know more. They know more about Nintendo history than they have on a little goosebump, hair of a goosebump on their nutsack compared to you dickhead. Let's get this straight. So Nintendo, so Sony got that. So you called out saying that Nintendo didn't with the N64 more powerful than the PlayStation 1. Because let's not overlook something, Richie boy, that a lot of you people always do. So, and only Nintendo fans bring this up, which is weird. But of course, you hated rumble features. Every controller has rumble features. Nobody had analog. Where's the analog came from? The Nintendo 64. You know, also too, that was the first console that had 4 plugs made in the console. Oh, I don't know. What happened? Instant party. Everybody was having fun. They did stuff because they didn't follow the usual route, which they never do. They created, to me, an awesome console. If you don't like the 64, that's your opinion. To my opinion, I'll point opinion to opinion. My opinion, the 64 was an awesome console. The PlayStation also was a cool console because it gave third parties a chance to breathe. As I listed some of the games I played on the PlayStation 1 that I enjoyed, including some of the Street Fighter Alphas and stuff. I loved it. Nothing against it. I could give credit where credit due in certain cases. But let's get this straight though. You went to the GameCube, and then you hit that stupid dickhead move, which I always hate from people like you. You don't have your facts straight, sir. Because I hate when they use the first of all, Yamamuchi saw that a PlayStation became I should say a competitor, a true competitor at the time, or a threat to their company. Understandable after what they went through with the real Super PlayStation they were trying to do. I could see that. But let's get this straight. Let's get this straight with that. Yamaguchi saw that it was basically nobody wanted that they did certain things for the PlayStation, and so that everybody's going over there. So what Yamaguchi did was he asked people, "Hey guys, all you third parties, what do you want in a GameCube? What do you want in our next system so we can give it to you?" That's what he asked. He asked, how many games? What? Sorry, how many? I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm looking at the information right now. What? How? It's just ridiculous. How many? What do you guys want in the next system? I'm sorry for being frustrated because I was looking at the text. I'm sorry. Back to the topic. How many stuff do you want in the next in Nintendo's next system? Third parties came and told Nintendo many things. Now, before even let me jump off of that, let me get this straight. You read about the silicon. And again, I argued about that. You read about the text, the specs, Nintendo talk specs. You read about the silicon thing. But here's the one problem. The silicon was only built to make Nintendo 64 to run only Mario 64. It took Factor 5 and Junior Eggberg's team to come in to reverse engineer and break it out so other people could understand how to work the system. That's a fault on Nintendo. That's Nintendo messing up right there, making the game only to run Mario 64. That was the last time Shigeru Miyamoto was the driving force to make a console what it was. Last time. That was it. So, Nintendo seeing what Julian Egbert did, and his team, what did Yamauchi said? Hey, go out there, ask what these guys want for third party, and we'll make it in the GameCube. All right, that's what they wanted. That's what they asked for. Back then, Sony PlayStation 1 got pirated like crazy. Pirated like crazy. Dreamcast got pirated like crazy. PlayStation 2 pirated like crazy. So what the third party said? They said, hey Nintendo, can you come up with a way to not get us all games cannot get pirated? Now they came with the 3.5 disc. Yes, it was 3.5 disc. That's burned outside in instead of inside out. They went double ways to make sure that nobody could pirate it at the time. People were like, at that time, that was an unhackable console at that time. They said, we want simple controls to some ergonomics. They gave them the controls. You wanted power, they give you power. But that said, that's why Junior and his team was an outsider. They were the first outside of Nintendo to help design and build the GameCube. A third party helped Nintendo make that console. And you can go check that out on IGN, which is one of the things I hate the most, because they interview the dude and they forget the freaking thing. And that's basically Factor 5, the Mrs. Star Wars game. That's the podcast. That's basically the podcast I'll feature in my behind the scenes, of course. But that's what happened. That's what happened. Now you talking your crap. Here's the bullshit that pisses me off in a way. Not really pissed, but like I say, let's drop the knowledge on old Richie boy. So, PlayStation 1, right? You know they're over. You talk about they didn't have enough space to do that. Oh yeah, let me not forget. Because of that, also Nintendo gave the RAM, the expansion pack, one. They gave the expansion pack to the consumers free when you bought the game, like Donkey Kong, Perfect Dark. You know that they gave you the expansion pack, and two, they gave all developers the expansion pack RAM for free. They didn't charge them nothing added to the dev kit or nothing. They gave it to them for free. Again, that's also a recording of audio. He gave Julian said, I was surprised that Nintendo gave all the developers free so they could get their games out there. That's what they did. But you're talking about all the RAMs and stuff. Oh, they use a 3.5 disc. Oh, let's look at the PlayStation 1 catalog, shall we? Let me see. Oh, there's about 25 games that's multi-disc. So that's stupid. And also, when you said they bought cartridge, they had cartridge. They always had cartridge. Oh, surprisingly, what does the Switch use now? Oh yeah, cartridge. Now, at the time, media was cheaper for disc than the cartridge. I know that. I'm not saying it's stupid, but they did what they can. And let's not forget, Final Fantasy VII, 3 disc. Chrono Cross, 2 disc. Command & Conquer, 2 disc. Dragon Warriors, 2 disc. G Police, 2 disc. Gran Turismo 2, 2 disc. Got it, 2 disc. Fear Effect, 4 disc. Evil Within. Wrong thing. Wing Commander, Price of Evil. 3-disc. They had a lot of 3-disc game. Wild Arms, 3-disc. Xenoglades, 2-disc. Star Ocean, 2-disc. Rival Schools United by Fates, 2-disc. Shadow of Madness, 2-disc. That's the PlayStation 1 before. Oh, let's go to PlayStation. Let's go to give me a second there. So let's go to PlayStation 2. So there was over 25 games that had that nonsense. So let's go to PlayStation 2 with that idiocracy, as you point out. Because you think, oh, because they had to do multiple disc and stuff. You know that PlayStation 2 had multiple discs as well too, right? Marsha, Metal Gear 3, don't forget 4, don't forget some DMC 2, Star Ocean, Xeno Saga, Shadow Hearts, Resident Evil Code Veronica X. They had games that had multi too, so don't give me that BS thing. And also, we used to switch this back in the 90s too when we had PCs. So don't give me that dumbass. That argument is flawed. Flawed. That argument is flawed. It's ridiculous. It is stupid. No, Brownie, it is not. No, it's not on Sunset Overdrive is not on PC as of yet. So that argument about he's got a small little disc and they would have to make 2-3 discs. You see, if Sony and Xbox had a couple multi-discs as well too. If they didn't have multi-disc, then you know what, your argument would be so strong and so right. I get you with that, but you're wrong. So that's not an excuse. That's ridiculous. So that argument is flawed. Now you crack joke on a Wii. Let's crack joke on a Wii because you say that they marketed to idiots, and they overclocked the GameCube, and it gave you they overclocked the GameCube, and it gave you 2 motion dildos. Now I have a video coming out. I'm gonna spoil it right here. I got a video coming out with you and some other people, and y'all. The funny thing about it, all y'all who say, "Oh, why the motion club?" The joke was, all y'all fat bastards, all y'all fat fucks, and y'all don't want to get up and work out. Do some workout, dude. That's what you need to do. Lose weight, feel great. But it's sold for some weird reason. The Switch the Wii that you didn't like, it's sold. So very well. And third party. See, what the thing that these people who white knife for third party kills me. And that's basically the first part of the behind the scenes I'm gonna talk about in the video later on, whatever. But when it comes out soon, third party is basically been scoring everybody and nobody sees it. That's the part that give me. Why do these guys give them the white knife for third parties? There's not many third-party games that's rememberable for most generations. Call of Duty, this game, and that game. But everybody remember this Mario game. Everybody gonna remember this Metroid game, bad or good. You're gonna remember the daggone name. They're gonna remember this Pikmin game or something that came. Oh, Bayonetta. Oh, wow. You remember Bayonetta in the 8th generation with the Wii U. You're gonna remember that. So, y'all. So here's your argument. Flip flop again. Flip flop bebop. So, GameCube didn't sell that much. So people were saying, well, it has the power, but it's a small little disc, and it doesn't have the install base. Okay, let's switch it over. Wii has the install base. Can make those games on there, but they didn't. Didn't want to do it. Okay, that's cool enough. You got a Nintendo Wii. Multiple game devs came out saying that we cannot compete against Nintendo games on the console. Well, sadly, Yamauchi passed away within the transition, and Iwata, God rest his soul, made a stupid mistake by giving third parties a year of relaxation. The Wii came out, and they told them, look, it's gonna get people read about this. They took Nintendo a little while to get HD under control, which they freaking knocked it out of goddamn park with. In other words, of smooth gaming and playing everything right. But let's get this also straight. Y'all didn't take the games to a certain much to the degree, and they had a free 6 months to whatever was a drought. That was the time for you to jump in and do something. Did they do anything? No. Only 3 games come to mind. 4 games came to mind that did something and showed something pretty good, which was Batman Armored Edition, use the gamepad. Black Ops 2, use the gamepad and the Wii remote, pretty damn good. Ninja Gaiden, fall of face from the last time, got back his footing, then fall of face again when he tried to regurgitate the back on the system and didn't want it. And Legacy Undercover, something new using the gamepad. Those games stand out. Those games did all right. But everybody else, they half-assed it. Rayman Legends was supposed to be a Wii U exclusive. What happened? Didn't happen, did it? That game got pushed a different way. Now, let's go into, and we're going to say F Ubisoft because remember, they release, you flip the thing around now, Watch Dogs. Got Watch Dogs. Everybody else got it before. Whatever it is, they push back the Wii version. They do nothing with the map. They do nothing with the game. I mean, the gamepad other than the map. Released the game the same week that Smash Brothers 4 for the Wii U came out. If that's not somebody really messing something up, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Now you have the Switch. The Switch is coming out. You just showed something about particle effects. Oh, we got particle effects. No, they got no particle effects. It's funny. When Nintendo did Metroid Prime on the GameCube, when they had particle effects and it looks good, would you praise it then? I don't know if you will. The thing that came about your argument that is that Nintendo does talk specs. You're right. But the most powerful game has never, and I stated again, you go check Wikipedia, you go check Google, you go check anything. The most powerful game was never the best seller. And the most powerful game was never the most accredited or accolade game. The best-selling game has been Tetris. Best-selling game of all time is Tetris. And what couldn't Tetris do on the freaking PlayStation 4? Oh, I don't know. Couldn't run. It ran at freaking less than 10 frames per second. How the hell you freaked up Tetris on the most powerful console, quote unquote, of the 8th generation? Huh? Oh, and let's not forget, Mr. Smarty Pants. What console has the only 60 frames, 1080p 60 frames per second game? Huh? What console has that? Because I know for sure it ain't freaking, it ain't on a Sony or Xbox console. The game that ran 1080p 60 frames per second and handled itself pretty well was that game right there. And it's where is on it? Oh, it's on the Wii U. Of course. See, I want to use a word I'm going to use 2 words out there. Nintendo was about specs, Rich, you're right. But it was about one thing first, fun. You know, the thing that you play video games for, you do it for the enjoyment of fun or enjoyment at least, if you don't want to use the word fun. And I don't get it that you let this crap go on And you know why that game did run 1080p 60 frames per second? We're going to say, well, the assist trophies were 30 frames per second. Because of what? They optimize for the system. You talking about, oh, subframe counts and the polygons. Look at the. I can't. It's gonna look horrible doing it here, and that's the sad part because I can't. Because Google looks, it just looks bad. But when it comes to Nintendo's art style, Pikmin looks gorgeous. Mario 3D World looks gorgeous. Mario Kart looks gorgeous. Mario Kart 8 looks gorgeous. And you know what other game just came out on a Switch? Even though you just showed something, I don't fault that Square did a quick port of the game so they can make the money back on all the things. That's what they do. That's cool with that. As long as the game plays well, which is one of the games I'm buying, I have no problem with that. But you know what other game out there looks pretty damn good on a Switch? That game. That game has some. It looks very good. Again, you can go to your own channel and pick it off and look and see how the thing is. Look at that. Look at the gravel. Look at it have all that out. They put all the outside to show that gravel's moving. Little stuff. There's your particle effects and everything, Rich. They could do that. You dickhead. Steam, everything, an active world. That's what Nintendo does. Their games look awesome on their system. Sad but true, they figure out, fuck them, let's make our own games. And I will tell anybody out there, do not buy a Nintendo Switch for third parties. Western third parties, I should say. I was the one who went to Japan and went to Nintendo and told everybody, hey, Sony Square Japan will be getting back with Nintendo. Did I not? Did I not say that a year and a half ago? I did. Because it's not because I guessed right. It's because I talked to people. You dickhead. I talked to people. Look at that. It shows even if on the hat. Go on the hat. On the hat right. When he's moving around in the space and stuff. It even shows rust marks. That's how detailed they do stuff. When you take the time to make the game, you can show a lot of stuff. Art style can be awesome if you do it the right way. The water graphics is awesome. You take your time and optimize for the game, it's going to look awesome. It's going to look freaking good. If that's all you care about. If it's all looking graphically and everything. But me, I like to see, wow, that looks fun. Throwing a hat, jumping on it. Let's see what we're going to do with that dog right there. Oh, I know what are we going to do side jump? Watch out for everything. The rain effects, all this is how the game plays. That's what I'm looking forward for. That's what I'm looking forward for. So yes, it's funny, you contradict yourself at the beginning to the end. But you know why I buy a Nintendo Switch is to play Nintendo games. Has been, always was. That's why I play these games. I buy a Nintendo console for Nintendo games. You know why I buy a PlayStation Vita? You know what I bought that thing for? For Vita games. That's what I bought it for. And I would have bought I would buy a PlayStation 4 for PlayStation 4 games, and I would buy an Xbox One for Xbox One games. But you know what? They don't have those things. So you know what I choose? I know majority of those third parties that you banging so much is on PC, which is where I got it. That's why I would never tell anybody, don't buy the PlayStation the Switch for third parties, please. Because third parties is not if there are people out there who want Skyrim, who never play Skyrim, okay. I'm not negative about it. There, people, because I rather have anybody out there to get this wide density to go play games. So here we go. If they use the motion controls in Skyrim, let's get this straight. I don't know if Bethesda does that. My cap is off to you, Bethesda, but I kind of doubt it. Did Dragon Quest Heroes came out in the West? No, Psychic Cooper. No, Dragon Quest Heroes. The first one came and it flopped miserably in the West because it came for PlayStation. As I stated before, it came for PlayStation. It didn't do well. They were supposed to release the PC 2 months later, but they released the PC 2 weeks later on Steam with a $10 discount. And it still didn't do the way they wanted it to do. That's why they did not bring back Dragon Quest 2, Dragon Heroes 2, because the West didn't want it. But now they're repackaging it up for the West on PlayStation. People didn't want it. So they're repackaging it 1 and 2, and then they put it on the Switch. 2 games for 1. I can't argue for that. That is a game that I am going to pick up because I did pick up Dragon Quest on the PC. It's a game I'm going to pick up. But that's your answer to Psychic Cooper. That's what it is. That's what Rich don't know about. In his infinite Nintendo wisdom, he don't know that. He talked that shit. In the video where he said, I'm not a game developer, he was arguing saying, I don't know why the PlayStation developers are running from the PlayStation Pro. Because they're going to have to do some stupid optimizing for the system, which comes to find out. The only console I ever talk bad on my channel is the PlayStation 4. Unless you're going to do the VR, that's the only way I can say positive about it. But if you're going to do it for 4K and all that bull stuff, whatever, just buy a piece. Just get a Slim or get an original PlayStation and your 4 TV, and it's going to up-res. That's all it is. I just don't like the dishonesty. And the sad part about it, I can't crack the joke. Don't, stupid you are, as you see at the end of my other video with Angry Joe, stupid you are, breed you should not, cause you breed. Now, I hope you and your lady friend raise a very intelligent. Like I said, I don't disagree. Look, your video game knowledge to a degree is all right, but you just do stuff for money and clickbaiting. You don't. That's what you do. And I got caught. There's like I said, later on I'll drop a video link in the description where this person basically gave 20 of Rich Reviews fails and really fails. I mean, some despicable stuff that this guy has, not despicable, but just know that he's a mischievous asshole. And he funny about it, he tried to sue the person who made a video, which the person used proof. Oh, yeah. Love how that fair use works right there, ain't it, Richie boy? Nintendo, you don't want to use their footage. So somebody use your own footage against you, and you try to sue them. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Ain't it the pot calling the kettle metal? You and Joe with all that bullshit. So that's funny. You sue this. You try to sue this person because they took footage to make you look bad. Slander, which was all facts. Don't you just love how people do that bull crap? Funny, ain't it? But I had to do this LBC. It's not as strong as I was when I first saw the video. I apologize for that, but it's ridiculous, man. It really is. It really is. It's stupid how that happened. Your history is not good. And for you to be condescending when you're wrong as well, Rich, that's the bad part. You're right, and Nintendo talked about specs, but you're wrong about how they did this stuff. And yes, yes, a lot of people say that Wii U was a failure. Yeah, by y'all standards of popularity. Let's talk about all the studios who sold a lot of games, but had stupid budgets and not around no more. Oh, HQ, oh, Midway, oh, Acclaim, oh, Fable Legends, Lionhead Studios. How about Kojima Productions? They sold millions, but they're not around now, ain't they? Your logic is lost, man. And simply break it down. Once again, Super Nintendo 64 more powerful. When people argue now and they don't really go to history, is where 64 more powerful than PlayStation 1. More power. Oh, people didn't care for it. GameCube had third-party support. Oh, because of the disc. That's a stupid argument because PlayStation, as I just pointed out, PlayStation and Xbox had multiple discs as well too. So that's a lie. That's a dead lie. Some of those games had 3-4 discs. That's a dead lie. I have a couple of Nintendo's double disc games. And that's as far as it went. But you with your line, even though it was a double disc, it's still superior. Because look what happened to Tales of Symphonia. Tales of Symphonia got remastered for PC. What happened? The graphic fidelity is lower. Okay, that doesn't bother me as long as the game can play. Oh, the frame rate, less than 30 frames per second on a PC. But the GameCube was at a high resolution and ran well. Oh, let's try another one. Let's talk about Resident Evil. Resident Evil 4. Better sound, better frame rate, better graphics. Put it to the PlayStation 2. I like other people. I'm not salty they get put it for PlayStation 2. They don't enjoy it. They had more content because of the disc, as they say. Okay. Shinji Mikami, the creator of the game, said he hated that. He didn't want it to go in the PlayStation. That was not the deal that Capcom broke, and that's not what happened with the game. What happened? Put it back on the Wii. The definitive version of that game is on the Wii. But let's not talk sense now. Let me switch something around here so people could see. There you go. And bring this down so y'all can see the chat. While I'm talking here. But nobody's talking about that. And there's many games that get so that's the difference right there. Game Killer Power, whatever. So Nintendo says, screw it. You guys screwed us over with all the contracts we did. Let's go with the Nintendo Wii. We went to the Nintendo Wii. So like gangbusters. Let's not get it twisted. The reason the Wii sold off was not only the motion controls, not only that it was accessible, not only that because they had a packing game that was pretty awesome. Is because that thing was advertised word of mouth for free by Oprah, by Ellen, by Good Morning America, by the Today Show, by all kind of news things. That's why that thing sold like hotcakes. And that brought the market from being destroyed to, because if it wasn't for the Nintendo Wii resurging the whole market, even though you said they didn't learn a lesson with that move, Richard, games was on a downward slide until the 7th gen. It got picked back up. You would say, well, the 360, yeah, by what, Money Hatton? What did that get Microsoft? Ooh, you got them that they got second place And in the 8th generation, that got them what now? Oh, the same money happened that was on the PlayStation side. So the basically third party is basically like whores, and I don't get it. The STD trend, they look they look fine. You know what? I'll even see if I got Give me a second here. I'll be sure it again. I just want to put. I'll put up. Basically, third party is like third party is just like is like a guy. If you're female, just switch it. I don't want to be. I want to be equal opportunity. I don't want to just. I don't want to be thing. If you're a female, like I know a couple women are, and I got a couple people who listen to me who are girls. Who are I got a couple women who are females. Switch this analogy around so you could be so you don't have to feel left out if it's a dude, but since I'm a dude, I'm gonna talk about it like that. Basically, third parties are like disease infested. They're disease infested women. Like I should say hookers. I should say that's the best thing I could say. On the outside, now I'll share it. On the outside, everything looks all good. You're like, oh wow, they're all great. They look good. Blah blah blah. But you don't know they have the disease inside of them. You're thinking everything's great. Come to find out, oh yeah, oh you gave me the clap, as Chris Rock said. Oh, you gave me the clap. You gave me AIDS. These third parties are basically like that because oops, let me put it back up. Because they got from on Nintendo's threshold. That's cool. They told Nintendo, "Hey, we're gonna do everything we can for you in GameCube." They didn't. Sony, Xbox came along, gave them a lot of money. They got a lot of exclusive first before anybody else. Now in 2008, now in 8th generation, now Sony's chilling out the money, and they left Xbox to come to PlayStation now. They're fickled. I don't get why people go not see what they do. Where are the Nordic women? That's what third parties do. So let's not get it twisted. So I didn't want to make this video super long on that. This is basically saying these guys third parties are bringing down the industry, but nobody's calling it out. That's why I say it's weird that they got broken games, you buy it. Microtransactions, you buy it. DLCs, you buy it. DLC, you got to pay DLC to get a true ending, you buy it. Patches, almost as big as the game, you buy it. Game don't work day one, you buy it. But you know what? I know when I put in Mario Odyssey, it worked day one. I know when I put Breath of the Wild, it worked day one. I know when I put in Color Splash in my console for my Wii U, it worked day one. I know when I put in Pikmin 3, it worked day one. All that's what I care about. It worked day one. But nope. We don't want quality, we want quantity. We don't want optimization, we want power. We don't want good customer service. We want basically bad relationship. Because we all know it. All y'all argue. Nintendo needs to get with the times, blah, 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 blah. Now they're going to see, now you see our paid service online. Oh, not like that, Nintendo. And you're moving the goalposts. You guys are some dickheads. You really are. So sorry, Richie boy. I'm sorry. You're a joke. Your video is stupid. I agree with you on one point about the specs part. That makes sense. But when you try to belittle other people, I'm close to age as you. And because I'm in the industry, I got talk better knowledge than you. I have my knowledge can outperform your knowledge about Nintendo. Because you know what? Here's something I did that you didn't do. I went to Japan and talked to people and was in the Nintendo's Kyoto office. You haven't. Oh, I also been in Platinum office and Namco Bandai office and Square office and EA's office and Ubisoft office. And let's not forget Harmonix, and also in Zombiac. I've been in their offices, talking to their people, understanding how game works. That's what I've done compared to you. And like I said, I don't need to have a 500,000 channel, 500,000 sub channel like you to get money. I make more money than you ever will. Don't really get. So I'm doing this for fun and fun only. I'll make cool people through this. I don't care what this, but your knowledge of Nintendo is basically you told people about don't look up no wiki audio, no Nintendo fanboy. Well, you know what? I'm a fanboy. I'm a fan. Man, I should say I'm a fan man. I'm a fan of what I like. So my point is always going to be: is Nintendo have a perfect console? No. You have Sony and Microsoft, no place. Sony or Microsoft, any other console. Has there been a gaming library that's perfect? No, because every gaming library has shovelware. Has there been a perfect video game out there? No. Has there been a perfect genre? No. There's no perfect out there. Never has happened, never will happen. And I wish a lot of people would get that to their skulls. You like the PlayStation, buy PlayStation games and the third-party PlayStation games and be happy about it. Nobody should be addicted to you because you bought what you want with your own money. Same thing for the Xbox, same thing for PC, same thing for Nintendo. I don't problem you hit the Switch. So voice your concerns. Say what you got to say about it. That's pretty cool. I'm cool with that. But to be dicks about it, to be dick to somebody else because you don't like what they like, that's just despicable, man. That's bad. So basically, that's LBC Live, people. I don't, like I said, the Switch is coming out. Basically, I'm gonna get back into talk about games and stuff. And again, people. All right, I Rebound King. I know you switched your name, and other people. Stop sending me these videos, okay? If somebody says something really truly stupid, I understand. What Joe said was stupid. Don't get me wrong. That topped the cake. You're gonna sue Nintendo. Please do that. Please sue Nintendo. You dickhead. Please sue Nintendo. And again, maybe by tomorrow, check back in his video in the description link. In the description, there will link to a video by this person who did videos of YouTube of Rich Review, 10 fails that he did, 20 fails that he did, and he sued the he also tried to sue the person for taking out a video. Fair use, right? Sure, Richie boy, sure. Lying sons of bitches. Which Mario game is the hardest? Dude, that's, I mean, everybody has their opinions. Everybody has their opinions. If I just say, yeah, I mean, everybody has an opinion. I can't even answer that question. So that's up to you to look for that Psychic Cooper, because, I mean, Lost Worlds, the Japanese Super Mario, original first Super Mario Brothers, yeah, that was tough. Champions Road for 3D World, that's tough as well. But I never had that much problem with something. That's why, you know what, I never, you see, that's why you say you could never have a perfect game. I never had a problem with Sunshine's camera. I played the game and I played the game and I had fun with it, so it didn't bother me. And trust me, I know some camera works. I'm playing freaking Legend of Key on the Wii U. That's a bad camera. Holy smoke, that's a bad camera. He said Mario Maker doesn't count. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I'll let you guys chit chat and talk as much as you guys want. I think you guys know if there was a link that was sent out. Those who are part of the Saturday chat, there was a link sent out around 5 o'clock. You might could check into that or whatever. I'll switch over to that spot for the people that are out there, right there. People, enjoy your games no matter what the console. Do not look. I'll tell any Nintendo fans, you're a dick for messing with Sony and Microsoft people if you don't like the console, and if you don't like the console. It's their money. Let them buy what they want to buy. And just like we're gonna buy a Switch, let us buy a Switch in peace and enjoy the games on our console. Because you're like, I've heard people say, "Oh, this is bad. This is blah, blah." Yeah. So what? Okay, now you're wrong for that one, Red Fox. Missing Mario. Mario's missing. That you're wrong for that one. A gaming community could come together with stability if we just let things go. You know what? No, I ain't gonna do that video now because it's getting long already. I started at 8:30. It's gonna flash. It's about almost an hour and a half. So it's getting too long already. But any upcoming events? Meaning upcoming events were like a direct or something, Ying Yao? Not understanding that. Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, I'll resend the link for the off-air chat, so y'all can jump in. So yeah, like I said, the video's already on getting close to that. My mistake, like I said, I didn't mean it to get this long, but I just if I did it like a video, it would take a while, but I get my point across much stronger. But I lost power because it's crazy talking to, like I said, stupid people. And Rich Review, like I said, he's a bad person. He talks a lot of crap. He chastises people for other things. And again, he's also one of those people. And the hypocrisy of him knows the bounds. And again, I wish I could say don't breed, but he did. So I hope he raised that kid right. I agree with the man on some of the views about America, about human beings. But his video game logic is flawed many times, too many times. It's been flawed. Yeah, me and Game Idea Guy have been talking about that, Sly Cooper, about gaming ideas and stuff. So We have to talk about that. So with that said, you guys have yourself a good night. I will catch y'all on the flip side. And you know what? You know the usual thing what I always say. There's no perfect game out there. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy those games on any console. Y'all have a good night. Peace out. Thank you for watching.